America calls its military the most powerful army in the world, an army that sets the rules of war, a force that does not accept the word defeat. But let us understand how close this claim is to reality.
The United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation.
A few days ago, U.S. President Donald Trump claimed that American forces carried out large-scale operations in Venezuela and captured the country's president, Nicolas Maduro, along with his wife. He said that these capture operations were conducted by U.S. Special Forces. After that, Trump held a press conference at the White House in which he described his special forces, known as Delta, as unbeatable, and stated that they can capture any target alive. But when he mentions Afghanistan,
they were an embarrassment. If you look back to Afghanistan,
let us see what the truth is. In 2001, when the United States and its allies invaded Afghanistan and overthrew the only ruling Islamic system, at that same time the Americans targeted Mullah Muhammad Omar Mujahid, may Allah have mercy on him, and his home during the early days of the invasion. Likewise, they carried out their first special operations against his house and office using special forces. On the 7th of October, U.S. forces raided a building on the outskirts of Kandahar city that Mullah Muhammad Omar Mujahid, may Allah have mercy on him, was using as his residence and as the seat or office of the emirate. According to American sources, these operations were carried out by U.S. Special Forces known as Delta Force along with commandos. First, around 100 American commandos landed at a non-operational airstrip in the desert area about 60 miles southwest of Kandahar city, in order to assist the troops conducting the operation on Mullah Muhammad Omar Mujahid's house if needed. Then, on the same night, a second group of Delta Force and commandos, more than 100 personnel, raided the house of Mullah Muhammad Omar Mujahid near Kandahar city. They disembarked from helicopters, and at first the commandos and circling helicopters fired thousands of rounds, in order to eliminate any potential threat. However, the Mujahideen guarding Mullah Muhammad Omar Mujahid's house did not initially resist them. They knew that the house had been evacuated, and even if the Americans entered it, they would gain nothing. A short while later, as supporting Mujahideen also arrived in the area from Kandahar city, they suddenly attacked the Americans. Investigative journalist Seymour Hersh, in his article about these operations, writes, "When we were in the process of withdrawing, the Taliban unleashed hell on us. They launched a surprise attack. They attacked us with light weapons and RPG rockets. The Taliban threw hand grenades as if they had an unlimited supply. The Special Forces unit was forced into retreat and defensive fighting, because the Taliban had the upper hand. The Delta Battalion suffered damage and a number of its members were wounded. The soldiers split into groups. According to military principles, small groups went silent around the area and created an opportunity for the larger groups to escape. At that time, combat helicopters fired indiscriminately on Mullah Muhammad Omar Mujahid's house. Delta Force, the commandos, and the troops who had come for support all retreated in a state of panic. In the chaos, the tires of a Chinook helicopter struck a hill and were damaged. We had prepared extensively for this operation. We thought that upon arrival we would perform magic, but after the Taliban's attack it became clear to us that we are not magicians."
خو په افغانستان کې لکلکې ماتې سره مخ شوي دي.